Pudge, what time is
It's time for the Chubby Guys podcast.
Woo!
JJ, what's up?
Hey, how's it going? I'm in a very important seat right now.
You are Chad tonight.
I'm Chad tonight. I don't know if I can fill that. We'll see.
Is that a fat joke?
Well, I don't have any room for fat jokes, I think.
Well, you're not Chad. Now my dad gave Chad a hell of a compliment today.
He did?
Yeah, he said, hey, he stopped me on the way out the driveway today, and he said, hey, just out of the blue, he said, is Reynolds slimming down?
Oh, he is. I was about to say, you see I talked to him not long ago. He said, I've lost a little weight. And then you see the pictures from the Vegas trip. I was like,
I didn't see him. What did he do? Post pictures?
He posted a picture of himself. I think he placed that mirror well. But he's slimming down. Yeah,
I got to pull these up.
There you go. Go ahead and pull that up.
Where was he?
I don't know. I remember he said it was a business trip he was taking.
He's in Vegas right now.
Yeah. Selling all kinds of stuff.
I tell you, the man, he goes everywhere.
He's all over the place.
Boy, Facebook's changed their format. Have you seen that?
No.
Holy shit, look at those.
I was about to say. He's going to have to start a calendar. He's going to start a calendar.
My God, look at that belt.
He's got a belt buckle?
Well, no, you can tell the man's 4 or 5 notches in. My God, Reynolds.
You're going to have to change the name of the podcast.
Yeah, he looks like he's in a 34. Wonder what size pants he's wearing.
I'll text him and ask him.
Well, Lord, Reynolds. He is losing weight. Well, he's been having some, I didn't see that picture. Huh. Yeah. He'd been having some sugar stuff, which Beth Fraley's came out tonight. Beth Fraley was our guest last week.
Okay.
Her pod came out tonight. Mm-hmm. We haven't, nobody's seen it yet. No, they will by the time this one comes out. But so Chad has been having some diabetic, not issues, so he's lost all this weight, but his medicine was the same, so his sugar's been spiking.
Oh, yeah. So it's not matching up.
It's not matching up with him. But hell, I can tell he's lost weight. I could tell the other day, he had a Sunday in here a couple weeks ago where he just wasn't acting right. Did I tell you about that?
Right. No.
Did he tell you?
No. I remember one of the times we were trying to set this up where he said, I'm having a couple things going to happen or whatever.
Yeah.
And then so it must be.
And it wasn't drunk.
Oh, yeah.
And I had to pick him up off the floor.
Oh, geez.
And I was like, hey, and I knew. Listen, I've drank a lot with Chad Reynolds over the years.
Hey, Pudge, you still heating your house with wood?
Hell no, man. It was way too much work. I installed a gas stove, and I've been calling Nimco Gas at 740-596-4477. I also got a hold of them at nimcogas@outlook.com as their email, and I also looked them up on their website, and that's nimcopropane.com. Chad, these guys, they've been delivering gas for over 30 years in our area. Just talked to them last week. They said that their customer base is one of the biggest it's ever been. It's one of the best things I ever did was call Nimco Gas. I got tired of dealing with all that wood. Way too much work.
Nimco.
I got this. This ain't our first rodeo.
Right, exactly.
Together,
You can tell the difference between bad and bad.
Oh, yeah. I've known the boy for a long time. Yeah. And boy, guy, you know what I'm saying? But I've never had to do that. And we've had some hurt box.
I was about to say.
Yeah, hurt
you
box
kept a few
nights.
boys in business.
Yes. Yeah, there was one night we drank the Elks plum out of beer one night. And I've never seen him act like this. And I knew because he'd only had 2.
Right.
And he got up and he just fell down.
Oh, jeez.
And he was fine.
Yeah.
And it was like, man, this is so weird.
Yeah. He's just weak.
But he was delirious. But his sugar went way up. It went just crazy. But he was drinking. He was drinking an IPA, and a lot of those IPAs are real hoppy,
right?
And they're real sweet. And he was drinking a real sweet IPA, and it just, man, I think where he's losing this weight, and he hadn't ate all day, and that's what did it.
Just kind of hit him over. Well, we're glad he's getting healthy.
He's getting healthy, yeah. I'd like to see him kick his diabetes because the guest that we had on here, she just kicked it, bud.
Oh, yeah.
She just quit taking everything.
Just quit taking everything. Didn't change her diet or just she had a pump. Oh, geez.
And didn't even tell her doctor about it.
That's scary.
Just said,
be like, no, I'm getting rid of this.
She woke up one day and she said, you know what? Done. Didn't even tell her doctor.
Yeah.
But she was checking her sugar, so she knew.
So she was okay.
And went back to her doctor and her A1C was normal.
Oh, geez.
That's ballsy.
That's crazy. I was about to say, I'm going to take this in my own hands. and just go.
I did that with blood pressure, and I went back.
Yeah.
Mine was 180 over like 140. I thought I was a doctor one day. I Googled high blood pressure.
That's a dangerous game you're playing right there. Googling any type of. It's like, hey, you could have had a stressful day. You could be dead yesterday.
You want any crazy meds?
No, I've stayed away from a lot of that. You know, even with my current job and everything, stress going up and everything. But I've been pretty good.
What do you do?
Anything. Well, before I was working out and stuff and never taking care of myself, but now it's just.
What are you doing to relieve stress?
Relieve stress. I just hanging out with the family as best I can. As whatever time I got, you know, with the job and everything, it's always covering stuff.
Dude, you're getting at it.
Oh yeah.
Well, the other night I talked to you, and you were somewhere in Columbus, and you were at a recital.
Yep, that was Liam. Liam's went up for the honor choir. He was selected to do that.
My God, as a parent of an 8-year-old with a family and moving through life, the best thing I ever did was download the McDonald's app. What a breeze. Order for your family. Pull up. They bring it to you. Easy. Download the app today from McDonald's. Hey, guys, on behalf of the Chubbies, huge thanks to Geiger Brothers Construction. Give them a call at 740-286-0800. They've been great community supporters, and they are a friend of the Chubby program, so thank you, Geiger Brothers Construction.
Up at Otterbein. So after work, we ran up and watched him perform up there with that, and then came back home. And
so that's not like a weekly thing.
No.
Okay.
But, you know, things become more because, you know, I got one kid who's all in the arts. He loves band. He loves choir, and he loves to play stuff.
How many kids
that's
you got?
awesome.
Two.
So we got the sophomore Liam.
Yep, Liam and Oliver.
And then Oliver, who's in 5th grade now. And he loves playing baseball and basketball
Oliver.
stuff. Like, oh, he's good.
Oh,
He's
Liam.
Yeah. Liam's a good kid.
Yeah.
Smart boy.
Oliver's
Takes more
a
of
great
his
kid.
brother. Yeah. Oliver's a good time.
Does Oliver remember me?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, he remembers you because you just coached him a little bit whenever
That's 3 years ago.
Oh, that was a while ago. Well, he sees Gibby about every day with school and stuff.
Oh,
so.
does he go to Northview?
Yeah, he goes over to Northview.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, that's Mindy's world.
Yeah.
I don't get to go to. I don't get it. I've never been to a parent-teacher conference.
Oh, yeah, you never had to. You just look over her and be like,
do you?
We good? We have gone before, but usually it's like, oh, hey, everything okay? Like, we usually don't get too bad reports, not to brag on my own kids or anything, but like being teachers yourselves, you know, usually it's like, okay, we already have a rapport with everybody.
Well, I ripped Mindy's ass that day. I said, listen, I need to be there. I said, I don't get to walk with these people to lunch.
No, right. Exactly.
I want to know what he's
going
doing.
on.
I said, I want to know what's going on.
Oh, it's funny. Liam has Candace this year as his English teacher. So he has his mom as his teacher. He came home one day. He's like, Dad, I need you to sign this. I said, what's it for? She said, well, it's my syllabus for English class. I look over her, it's like, I got to sign something out. She's like, well, I'm not signing it. I said, it's, you know, I teach him. I don't think it'd be right if I sign it. So I went through that thing. I was like, I don't know about you learning some of this. I'm going to have words. That's what I'm going to
Schedule a meeting.
It's like schedule a meeting.
Well, you know what I'd have done? I'd have scheduled that meeting for in the bedroom. If I'd have been you. That's how I'd have done Mindy. I need that conference on the pillows. Sorry, well, this isn't PG. They're not going to show this. They're not going to show this at the school board meeting.
But no,
I don't know how you guys do it. I mean, so you got one in the arts and stuff. So what's their schedules like?
Liam's usually got drama after school until about 6.
Ever like all year?
Just when leading up to the play. But he's in band too.
So you'll have a spring and a fall, right?
Spring and fall with those plays leading up to it.
I love those.
They do a great job with it. Kathy does a great job. They're funny. They do a good job with it.
I've been going watching your sister at the Marquee.
Oh, at the Marquee.
Those are fun.
Oh, those are good.
Oh, Boyle. He's like Robert Redford.
Yeah. I just missed that one. I wanted to see that one, but we were running the most recent one.
I want to see Jules. Jules would call me rip my ass. She said, you've been to every one of these except the one I've been in. Yeah. So you got the fall, the spring, and then you got then in the wintertime. What was it? That is like. So how old's Liam?
Liam's 16.
Sophomore.
Yep.
Okay, so you got like what basketball band? What's that?
So with the band, I was about to say he's doing band with like pep band stuff.
Is that basketball band?
Yeah, they do the pep band for the basketball, but then he also does like concerts and stuff they put on.
So like if you're a band kid, okay,
your hours you're putting in.
Okay, but like explain to me what that means. Like explain to me what all can they do. There's like marching band.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I'll probably miss something and probably somebody yell at me. Yes, you got a marching band that pretty much starts out the year. And then once the marching season's over, they go into concert bands. Like it's symphonic. They have all these different bands they break down into, depending on skill level and what type of stuff they're working on. And then during that season, they're also doing the pep band for all of the basketball games and stuff like that.
So that's not really their forte, the pep band. That's kind of like the jam band.
Exactly. Yes. Well, they got jazz band going on too. I forgot about that. And so you could sign up and do a jazz band as extra. And
but like if you want to go do the pep band and just rock out and have some fun.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I think they all have to sign up for so much time.
You know, as a music guy,
yeah,
I bet that's fun as hell.
Oh, they have a great time with it. That's why there's a kid who last couple of years brought his guitar with the pep band. He had the amp out and everything. Yeah. It was good.
Dude, I bet that's cool.
Oh, yeah. They're having a great time with it. And then in the spring, it's a little bit of everything. I think they mostly do that concert stuff. So and then is there scholarships available for band? Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's why they do those honor choirs and honor bands and stuff like that, and that gives you an opportunity to get scholarships if you're going to play instruments in college and stuff like that. And
is that what Liam's trying to do?
He says he wants to go into music in college, and so.
So explain to me what that means. So he wants to go into music. Does that mean he wants to be like an OU 110, or does that mean he wants to go to he wants to get into music theory?
Honestly, can't speak for him too much. One time he mentioned being like a band director and stuff. And we went to the OSU Arkansas State game because he said he wanted to go see the band play. So we spent the whole day up there. Like we got up, we left the house at like 5:30. Yeah. We got up 5:30 that day, drove up and watched the band go through their practice that morning on the soccer practice field.
What time was their practice that morning?
I can't remember what time they started. Yeah, we looked up their schedule. They had to be up and ready and dressed and ready to go by like 6 a.m. And so then they were up there getting ready to go at like 7. So we wanted to get up there and I think it started about 7:30 or 8 if I remember right. And they went through their whole pregame, their whole halftime, postgame, everything. And then that's when they go over to St. John's to do the skull session. So we went over and watched the skull session with them. And then we followed them over into the stadium, watched the game, watch pregame, watch halftime, watch postgame, and then left from there.
Shit, what a day.
That was a whole day. It was a great
Not you, them.
Oh, yeah. I was about to say, I had a great time.
But I'm saying, think of the day that they had.
Oh, yeah.
So they start at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
They go through their whole routine that day.
And they're in full uniform the whole time. Like they're practicing full uniform before they start marching over on.
That's 12-hour day.
Oh, yeah, 100%. 100%.
That's a grind, 12-hour day.
Mm-hmm. And so I asked him, I said, so is this something you want to do? He said, I don't know. So we started looking at it a little bit more. And like you sign up for a class when you're at OSU and it's like 2-3 nights a week from 4 to 6 is where you're doing practice for band and stuff like that and all that. So it's in the evening. You're grinding out like everybody else and then doing all those shows.
So what if you got a scholarship to go? So like.
I don't know if they do scholarships and stuff. I know some. I don't know which
Chris
schools do it.
He's at Pitt. He's playing in the band.
Yeah.
I know a lot of guys went to not a lot of guys, but a lot of guys that go to the 110.
Yeah.
OU.
A lot of the guys from Jackson.
Mike Eubanks was in that. I think the Coin Boy was in that. I don't know if they got scholarships. I just don't know. I don't know if they offer that. So you're saying at OSU, that it's just like a. Do you have to try out?
Yeah, you got to try out and do all that stuff because they even do summer camps for kids who might be interested in going into it. So they do like band camps for high school kids and learning how they do stuff with the band and all that. It's a racket.
So what about the choir?
I don't know. I was about to say I don't think they perform as often, obviously, as the band does and stuff, but they still have all those choirs and stuff out there.
Hey, are you a business owner looking for insurance coverage? Give this guy a call. You know him. You trust him. Jason Gillum, Gillum Insurance, 740-395-0190. Hey, do you want to help develop your child's athletic ability? Or maybe you want to get off the couch and make yourself a little bit better? They earn the day at AP Prep. Look them up, apprep.info.
So when he went
it's really, as he looks into it, that's when I learn more about it and stuff in terms of what he may want to do.
So what did you go up to Otterbein to do?
That was the honor choir. So just through nomination through his choir director, he picked him out and said, hey, you'd be good for this. And they go up. And it was like a whole day for him. They did rehearsals and stuff like that. And they ended the day with a performance. And it was like kids from all over the state.
So he was singing with kids from all over the state? It wasn't just his school?
Yeah, no. It was like, I think there was about, if I were to guess, looking up on that stage, you had almost 200 kids. It was between about 150.
So did he know? Did he have a role, or was like he's just supposed to sit in a section? Or
I think he was part of a section.
So he was a a baritone, or he was a
Sure. Yes, I think baritone is the one he normally sings down in Jacksonville. I don't know what section they put him in and stuff. I talked to him a little bit about it, but high schoolers, it's like, oh yeah.
Huh. That's interesting to see how that would all. Yeah. I just know.
I mean, it's a lot more than when we were in school. When I was about to say I was in band in school, but we didn't have, or maybe I just wasn't.
You were paying attention.
I wasn't paying attention, or not good enough. But like, I don't remember there being honor bands and stuff like that. And maybe
I feel like there was.
Yeah. Well, hey, I was 100 out of 200, so it may be the case. I just didn't know about it.
Was that what you graduated? 100 out of 200. You beat me. I was like 160 out of 200 or something. I was down there at the bottom. I always said, them teachers they missed me.
You earned their money.
Yeah. I just didn't pay attention. I didn't give them no problems, but I didn't do anything. I don't think I ever took a book home.
That's skill. I think I took books home. I just don't know if I ever opened them.
After a certain grade, I didn't even buy a book back.
It wasn't until my senior year I finally learned how to study.
I still don't know how to study. That really hurt me.
Yeah.
Later in life, I remember, whenever I was working in the mines, I got this. I wanted to go be a nurse, and I was like, man, let's go be a nurse. So I went to Hocking, and I went to Rio for a semester or whatever. And I was just drunk. That was all I was. I was just drunk. And I don't remember any of that. And so then I got to Hocking, and I was serious about it. And I can remember just working my ass off.
Yeah.
I would go to work from 6 a.m. until 4 p.m., and then I would go to school from 6 p.m. until 10 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
So, I was studying all day, every break I had in the mines. Mm-hmm. And then I would go from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. at school, and then I'd come home, and I'd try to get all my stuff done. And man, I can just remember I don't know if there's ever been a time period in my life when I had less time.
Oh, yeah.
Because Saturdays, Sundays, I really struggle. Even to this day, I struggle to comprehend.
Right.
Now, I'm getting, and I think this is why I'm good at, seeing things.
Right.
And having a vision of things.
Right.
Because I can see things and how they work, but when it comes, I can't follow directions.
Right.
I can't read something you're probably you can probably read something one time and just soak it in.
Kinda. I mean, I really got to read it. Well, I got to read through it once, but it's the second time that I understand it. Because it just makes it easier to read it that second time.
I got to read it 12 times.
That's about to say get through. Yeah.
I struggle.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm borderline. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, I wish I would have read more. I don't know who's to blame. That was probably my fault, I guess. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's just public education. It is what it is, I guess.
I was about to say it's there if you want it. That's the thing.
Yeah.
And if it's not something you value, it's not something. Or I guess if you don't value it,
I didn't value it at all back then. My goal back then was to get into whatever factory that paid the most, and that was where I was going to go. And
yeah.
But that's cool. I was telling you about my buddy Snyder.
Yeah.
And he's in this transition right now with his kids, and he's not in transition, but he's looking at different options for his children as far as what's available to them.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And that was, he's always constantly looking at different areas. Mm-hmm. And I think that is I would love to see this area have more options, and not maybe more options, less emphasis, lacrosse. I hear I got a real good friend in Columbus that his kids play lacrosse. Mm-hmm. Well, it's not that it's huge and you're not cool if you don't play lacrosse, but it's just that
something else you can do.
It's something else you can do. They've got swimming. They've got
rowing.
Yeah, they got
the whole intangible.
Yeah, they got the row team or whatever. What's that called?
Crew.
Yeah, crew. just all kinds of different sports that they have and just different activities that they have.
yeah.
Ross County's even got that mountain biking team.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, that's
awesome.
Yeah. And I mean, it's more of a club thing.
Yeah.
But it's still.
You want those clubs out there available where kids
Sure.
you can give them a shot.
Well, and I mean, you're seeing that. I mean, just because even if it's club, that doesn't it might not equal out into a scholarship, but it might equal into a referral down the road into a career.
Oh yeah, or just open you up to something that you didn't know you had an interest in.
Absolutely,
before. And then be like, oh hey, I'd like to travel to this part of the country because I know
Absolutely.
I got that interest at like the mountain biking.
Yeah,
like I mountain bike around here. Well, let's go down to Asheville, North Carolina. There's a lot of good mountain biking stuff down there. And
or man, not to change. We're going to totally change gears.
Yeah.
I was in a meeting yesterday with the Ohio Chamber of Commerce.
Okay.
And one of the things that I got geared up about was they were giving a lot of the pros. They want to take the maybe I should say I don't care, but they want to take Ohio to be the #1 manufacturing state in the nation. Okay. And they talked about ways that some pros that we have, and here's the thing, we're not far off.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. We're actually pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
But there's some things that are hindering us. Like, to give you an example, I think we had 274,000 policy violations.
Oh, geez.
Which what they looked around at the states around us, like Indiana, like 94,000.
Yeah.
So what that tells us is that we have too many policies.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. It's just you can't keep track of all of them in terms of making sure you're in compliance with things. Right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. So there was a lot of things. Well, one of the things was like the Parks and Recreation.
Mm-hmm.
You talked about the mountain biking. Obviously, I made it up right now. I have no problem admitting this, guys. I have a problem. I have this problem right now. Just like that right there. I mean, that would show these kids that we are in an absolute hot zone for this. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, dude, it doesn't get any better.
Especially when you think about that tourism mountain biking. Like, we don't have crazy hills around here. I mean, they're beautiful hills. I mean, okay, I won't say we don't have crazy hills, but we'll say like there are levels here to where if you're getting started and you want to give it a a shot, you could have it.
It can be as hard as you want.
Exactly. That's what I want to say. It can be as easy or hard as you want.
Not as easy, but I mean, as far as entry level hills, we have entry level and we have expert. Yeah, we have, as far as everything's drivable.
Right.
You can get to West Virginia.
Oh yeah,
quickly.
Oh yeah.
You can get to the highest part of Appalachia within an hour.
Right.
It's neat. Really embracing this. It's and a lot of that I wish would have been introduced to me 20 years ago or 30 years ago. I wish. And maybe that I shouldn't have left that up to the public education system. Take me to Asheville. Why did they do that?
Right.
No, I don't know, but I wish some of those things would have been. I might have been introduced to more things.
Right. I think they're doing. I mean, we're doing. I say we because I still work for it, but I think we're doing a lot of things.
You're trying
better.
Yeah, you're trying to do some
get
things better
out there and get there. I mean, right now the big thing in the state, and even what I said I wasn't going to talk about my job.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about your job, but yeah.
But it career is big just in terms of opening up to kids about like different opportunities you have outside of school, tying what you typically learn in school to actually working and seeing what's out there and knowing what you have opportunities in, and just bringing those opportunities into your environment. So you do see those. So like you saying, wishing that you had the opportunity to kind of see what was out there and stuff, that's what really my focus is, and what I think the focus of what the state is looking at, and turning that model into be like, hey, we need to start pulling as much of this as possible in front of kids sooner, so they're not getting to a point where I always like to say, I don't know is not an option. Yeah. It's like you got to have an idea of what you're going to do with yourself by the time you have that piece of paper in your hand.
Sure. So. How are you guys juggling, man? Because I tell you, it's one thing I've been fighting lately is this the time period of life where you just throw your hands up and you say, I give up.
I was about to say,
it's
no, it's insane. What part of life are you talking about? Because
right now you're in the heat of it right now with them kids.
Oh yeah,
forget your job.
Just with kids. I was about to say because we're going through it. It's Liam and Oliver are 5 years apart, so like we see one wave with Liam in terms of being a teenager.
How you guys split? What do you do if you have one going one way and one going the other?
we usually kind of like flip it like every back and forth or whatever.
Okay.
I'm the one usually will take Oliver to, since Liam does have stuff right after school, I'll take Oliver to AP prep if he's going up there to work out there, or if we got baseball somewhere, basketball somewhere, I'll run him over if I'm able to be home. If not, and, my parents help out a lot, and my sister and Candace's family, if I got something going on at work and I can't be there, they're really I'm bad at planning. They always be like, hey, is Oliver at game tonight? I'll be like, yep, yeah, he does. Forgot to tell you about that.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. But usually, I know my dad's great in terms of like, hey, I got to work later or whatever. Can you take him to AP prep? And he said, yep. What time how long is it? When's he got to be there? And so,
yeah. That's good. I mean, you almost you see that. I mean, I pulled up tonight and there was kids jumping in grandparents' cars, and every time Gibson's got a game, there's grandparents in the stands. I mean, it's a family effort anymore.
Oh yeah,
I don't remember that whenever I was young. I guess you did to an extent. I mean, I don't remember. I don't think my grandparents
I
ever
initially started to grow up in Hurricane, West Virginia, so it was just like me and my parents. Yeah, and so like they're from here. But Dad owned the radio station in Hurricane and in Sutton, West Virginia. So we lived there till I was 6. So it really was just like me, my sister, and my parents.
Oh, why did he come back up here?
Grandfather passed away, and then Grandma just needs somebody to be around. So he ended up selling the radio station eventually. And then, first Mom moved up here to help take care of her, and also her mom wasn't doing well. And eventually Dad sold the radio station. They eventually split up and stuff, but that's how we ended up coming back over this way.
And you were how old then?
6.
6.
We moved this way.
What year did you graduate high school?
06.
Oh, boy, you're a pup.
Pup. I'll be 35 in May. Yeah.
May what?
21st.
Oh, mine's the 10th.
10th.
I'll be 42.
Yeah.
My wife will be a big 4-0
big
tomorrow.
4-0 tomorrow. I know. That's what starting to schedule this.
We almost missed that one. Yeah. I was like, yeah, JJ, we'll go Thursday. Like, oh, no, we won't.
Nope, not doing that.
Not doing Thursday. No, Mindy will be the big 4-0 tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know how she'll handle that.
I'd say just be nice.
Yeah. I struggled with 35.
Oh, see, that's the one creeping up with, because I can no longer say early 30s. I mean, I'm really cheating by saying early 30s now, being 34. Like, I'm solidly mid 30s once you hit that 35.
Yeah, 34 to 37's mid 30s.
Yeah. We'll say 35, solid mid 30s. And then we'll stretch that out to about 39.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're 40.
Man, I'm trying to hang on to it as long as I can, but I'm pushing.
Time marches on.
I'm pushing to the limits.
So that's one thing me and Candace talk about. We're happy about having kids as young as we did, because I mean, Liam's going to be out of the house in 2-3 years, and then Oliver, in 8 years, or 7 years or whatever, he'll be out, and so we won't even be.
Hell, I'll be 60
yet before we're out.
I'll be 50.
50, yeah.
Yeah, I had Gibson when I was 32.
Yep.
Damn.
Yeah.
If I had another one right now, I'd be 60. Whenever they got out.
You don't even do that. I don't want to have another one now.
I'd have one more.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'd have one more.
One more. I was like, because you just got Gibson,
just got
right?
Gib, yeah.
You just got Gibby.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'd have one more.
Two's good. I think two's good. And some of our buddies, they got 3 kids. I mean, I can't remember if it was a comedian that said it, but I was like, with 2, you can play man to man. As soon as you have to switch to zone coverage, like, you're drowning.
Yeah.
I was about to say, you're not going to be able to.
I don't know how these guys. I don't know how Chad does it. I really don't, man. Chad is running as hard as I've ever seen. I mean, they are now. He's fortunate that like Millie doesn't really get involved. Now I did see she was doing volleyball the other day. So I mean, now they may ramp it up. But I mean, they got Abram in everything.
Oh, Abram's all over the place.
He's all over the place. Yeah, and I mean, they're constantly doing something. Man, I just don't know how they. And that's just with one.
I haven't told Chad. I got Abe on our rec basketball team.
So do you?
He and Oliver will be playing together.
When did y'all pick?
We did that.
Have they picked the younger ones yet?
We did that. We sorted out all the rosters. I think we're still sorting out coaches and stuff because we tried to spread it out to where it's.
Well, did you get? Did they do the younger ones yet?
Yeah,
because I'm younger than that.
You're younger than that. You probably in the 3-4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did they do them yet?
Mm-hmm. Okay. We did them all the same night.
They just
we all
notified
sat down.
nobody yet.
No.
After
get
this,
coming soon.
I'm gonna release this tomorrow. And I'm gonna text this. I'm gonna clip this part right here.
Of it,
Actually, I'm just gonna say
JYBL.
Yeah,
organizer says we'll be out soon, and then tag Swack and Waylon and Doug in it, and be like, "You need to fire this guy. He's throwing words." No, we got it. Actually, no, we beat them. They beat it. They said they got it all organized, just coming out soon because they want to set practices and everything first with it. That part we don't have done yet.
I tell you, I'm gonna give them one more chance.
One more chance.
One more chance. We've had a bad 2 or 3 years here.
Yeah.
We always take a back seat to whatever else that field house is going on.
Oh yeah,
That
field house. Yeah.
I mean,
oh yeah.
What are you supposed to do? It's like they either need to turn that thing over the Y or something.
Mm-hmm.
Because we got to have a place to play this basketball.
Oh yeah. I was about to say the field house is a nice place to have it.
It is when you can have it.
Yeah, we can get it going. I think COVID has not knock on wood off.
Is that what it was last year?
Last year, I think that's what. Well, last year we did okay. The year before is when
we didn't last year. We didn't last year. We quit. We had a pause.
Oh, we did have a pause in the middle,
and I don't think we went back.
No, because some people didn't come back, and that's when we kind of just did hodgepodge teams. It was like pickup games every Saturday, letting kids come in and stuff. This year we're hoping to get the whole thing through.
Yeah, which we just didn't go back. It was like I think
remember the pause last year.
I think we went to.
There's been so many pauses and goes and stops, and it's hard to keep track of them.
I feel like COVID's over. You feel like it's over?
Yeah, I mean it's still there. We're still getting it and stuff, but I think we've kind of accepted it as a part of life and just be respectful and wherever you're sick,
I did this on the show a couple weeks ago or last week. I had my horse trailer hooked up the other day, and I called my dad and I said, my dad's 70, 74. He'll be 75 in a few months. Tougher, it just goes like crazy.
Yeah.
I called him and I said, hey, you want to go riding horses tomorrow? I said, I got the horse trailer hooked up. I said, I power washed it today, and he said, I got COVID. And I said, you got COVID? I said, well, all right. I said, I'm going to go. He said, well, throw that sumbitch in the trailer. He said, I'll just meet you out there. We won't drive together. And I said, are you sure? And he said, yeah, I ain't got no symptoms. He said, come on.
All right.
So I said, well,
that's what they kind of list now are the symptoms. He's like, well, if you got symptoms, you really got to be careful. If you don't have symptoms,
he had symptoms
get a mask on,
like 2 weeks prior.
Yeah.
And he had just tested and tested positive.
Oh.
And it was like, he was sick 2 weeks prior.
Yeah.
He's probably still testing positive.
Probably testing positive after not really being sick anymore. Because it shows up for a while.
That's, dude, you got to be careful what you say about this stuff. But it's, I tell you, I'm sure you're vaccinated.
Yeah.
Probably. But I honestly have not. Now, I'm starting to probably feel better. I've been active here lately. I've been trying to get after it here recently. I went through a period of time after that vaccine. I didn't feel
great.
I didn't. It wasn't that I felt bad. It wasn't anything bad. And I'm not bad mouthing these vaccines, but I'm telling you, I just didn't feel 100%. I just felt a little bit. Now that very well could have been 40. I'm not 100. I don't know how that all works. This is all new to me too.
Right. I'd say so. I mean, just like even with getting the flu vaccine.
I never took one.
I've gotten the flu even before all this. You get the flu vaccine, you'd be like, because your body kind of reacts.
Well, I took it. I think I had that. I took that vaccine in August of 21.
I can't remember anymore. I remember we got them all pretty quick because we were working in the schools and stuff. But I'd say, I did. Now, did you ever end up getting COVID or anything?
Yeah, I had it in January of 22.
January 22. See, because I had it October. Oh, this is about 1 year anniversary whenever I ended up getting it. Because I had the vaccine the first time, but I still ended up getting it. It knocked me on my ass.
Did me for 24 hours.
I was about to say, well, I had it. I was in bed for a week. I couldn't, I was still kind of taking calls with work and stuff whenever I could. And I just have to tell them on the phone, I'd be halfway through a conversation, and, hey, I'm done. I can't really talk anymore. You can email me. I can try to check it. But it was exhausting.
See, I never had that.
Say, no. And that's the thing. Some people get it, and you're like, 24 hours, and then I'm good. But it put me through a ringer. My O2 dropped a little bit.
I remember this.
Yeah. And then, even when I went back to it, it was a drag getting back into work and getting going again.
You're just tired. Just
tired. I kept moving. They always say, hey, do something, because I was isolated in my bedroom. And so I'd still do some burpees, jump around, do some jumping jacks, keep everything moved so nothing settles. And that, honestly, I didn't get tired with that, but it was literally if I had to talk to somebody, and then I'd be out. I'd be like, I need to lay down, and I'd take it. I'd just sleep. I was just completely and utterly exhausted. I couldn't do anything. Now I caught up on a few Showtime shows, started watching it, but like I said, just because I'd be laying there watching it, and I'd just fall asleep.
Huh.
Yeah, it was crazy. And then when I came back from it, I was like, okay, started to move a little bit more or whatever, but I was just it was just in a daze sometimes. And it took about a month to really come back around to it and feel all right. But even just being in that isolation's rough. You know
Did
what
you
I
lose
mean?
your taste and smell?
Yeah,
That
was
was
weird.
That was weird.
That was super weird.
Yeah.
Candace even I think she was like doing tests with me. She was just like, try this food. And she brought, she all of a sudden started buying like these super cinnamony, like little breakfast toaster strudel type things or whatever. I was eating them. She was like, can you taste that? And I was like, what'd you put in this? She's like, no, it's just like a lot of cinnamon and sugar. Can you taste it? I said, I can't taste anything. It was crazy.
I remember the first time I realized I couldn't taste anything. I was like, I can't taste that.
Oh, yeah, no, it's just like,
Yeah.
it's not to do mouth noises on a podcast, but like, right.
ASMR.
Yeah. But yeah, now mine still didn't get right for a while. It was about a year afterwards. I still like was off on things.
See, I still don't. I used to really enjoy a cigarette with a beer and a cigar with a whiskey.
You can't do that
and
anymore.
I can't do anything.
Stole that right from you, didn't I?
You did. I can't
some bitch
stand them.
COVID. Yeah.
I can't stand them since
neither?
COVID. Neither one of them.
I was about to say it together, so you can't smoke, drink, nothing. Just can't do it.
I can't stand anything smoking. I can't stand it, especially cigars. Ugh.
See, mine was this is going to be a weird one. Mine, like I love Diet Coke. I'll drink Diet Cokes like crazy. And whenever I started to get taste back with that, like that tasted weird. I had it was almost like I want to say like an herbal, like kind of like thyme and rosemary, like something was like in the pop that tastes like that. I was like, that's weird.
You just taste something. You taste
something weird. Like I was just like, that doesn't belong there. Like I don't know what that is. And so it's just like it finally kind of worked itself out. I was like, oh, all right, got it.
Yeah, I'm just now at the point 10 months later.
Yeah.
Where I feel like it's out of me.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I'm back to normal. Now I still I don't want a cigarette or a cigar or nothing. I think I'm over that. I did smoke one a couple weeks ago. Somebody was in here with a podcast and I said, yeah, let me have one of them. It was BJ. BJ was in here. And it wasn't bad, but I thought, one's enough. We're used to, I'd sit down there and chief on a pack.
Right.
And then the next, but I realized too, like that was the reason I was, like the next day, like when me and Chad leave here, I'd be just nasty feeling like I just hung over. And it really wasn't it was the cigarettes is what it was. And I don't smoke, just when I drink.
Yeah.
And like I smoked one cigarette and the next day I could taste that thing all day. And I was like, yep, that's like it. I'm good. Never touch it. I don't need that anymore. I'm going to cut that part of life out. But yeah, I was just wondering about that vaccine, like with me, how,
how that may affect you. Yeah.
How that may have affected me because I was talking to somebody, Jamie Morse, and she was telling me she had something that just was caused by the vaccine.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever she was in the hospital for there last week. Yeah, you know Jamie. Right? Yeah. I just checked on her. I texted her the other day. I grew up with her, and I said, "Hey, how's your health?" And she said, "Oh well," she said, "it all comes from that vaccine." And I haven't texted her back. That's the way we operate. We're 2 months at a time.
I'll get back in 2 months later. I'll text you right back.
Well,
in December.
We just haven't touched base yet. We will. We got a lot going on. It's crazy.
Yeah.
We got Jackson tomorrow. We're getting focused.
You got that Miami Trace game.
No, well, we got Jackson tomorrow, the championship.
Oh, that's right. Your baseball.
Well,
game. That's right. You got to get the baseball game.
Yeah, we got to get this baseball.
You got to get those dingers taken care of.
That's right.
Full-time dingers.
I've never had to compete against Jackson, so I got to take this serious.
Oh, it's a weird feeling.
It is.
I was about to say, it wasn't until I ended up in Benton County. I was on the other side of the tracks on things. And the first one was, I think we hosted because we don't play football or anything. I think it was volleyball. I went to the Apple Festival one that we played against them, but it really kind of hits with basketball.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, because that's the sport and everything, and people coming in, and of course everybody's commenting like, that's the wrong color you're wearing or whatever.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Then you also have the people, you got me. But then you also got the new people, your new friends you make and everything in the new place, they're like waiting for you to like, you're going to go stand with them, aren't you?
Yeah, there's another one. Yeah.
It's all coming out. So I just stood there and watched the game. I was like, this is a good game.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you ever try to does the coach ever come, you got any pointers?
I was about to say, I don't know. Watch out for that's what I'll start doing is just picking somebody way down on the bench and be like, you can watch that guy. When he comes in, you're in trouble.
Yeah, because that means you get your ass kicked.
That's it, right. On each side.
Yeah. No, we got that game tomorrow. I went to breakfast with Cardiff this morning with Josh, and I said, let me tell you something. If we beat you, I'm going to ride your ass for a year. I said, put a saddle on your back because I'm just going to ride you guys for a year, bud.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to enjoy that. That's championship. Tomorrow is Oliver done?
He's done. We had our last game last week. So, yeah, he's done with baseball. Now it's just full go basketball.
Man, I'll tell you what, that Chillicothe deal over there was incredible.
Oh, yeah.
It was free.
Oh, really?
Mine was free.
Free, yeah. I think we only paid, it was only like $25.
We had an umpire.
Yeah.
We had a line field. We had lights. We had a scoreboard. And it was
now, where did you play?
We had a sponsored team.
Yeah.
Jerseys.
That's nice.
The Wright, WRIGHT field.
Okay.
See, I did learn how to spell.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did.
See? You proved it. You had to sneak that in there.
I did.
You just need to start spelling things at random.
I will. I will bring it, boys.
Why are you doing that? I'm proving a point.
Yeah. PROVEN. Yeah. I'm proving.
Prove. Yeah. RUNNOFT.
Not PROVING. Not proving. I'm proving.
Apostrophe. Yes.
It's the first one on the right when you drop down in the Yaktangi right there.
Okay.
But totally free.
That's awesome.
You know, we didn't do football, so I was like, you know, we're just going to sign up over here. I thought that the Jackson team was going to go to Wellston and play in that. So we, which was fine.
Yeah.
We're over in Chillicothe more.
Right, yeah.
So with AP and all that stuff.
Right.
So it was like, well, and plus, you know, what little bit of construction I have going on right now, it kind of made sense because it's like, well, while we're there, I can go to Menards.
Right, yeah.
You know, so
just pick stuff up.
Well,
that's usually where we're running anyway.
Sure.
Right?
It's like, well, and I go to Great Seal and I can ride my bike and it just makes more sense for me to go there. Where if I had to go somewhere else, it would just take away from everything else I needed to go to Chillicothe for.
Right. So just the theme of what we've talked about so far.
Yeah.
Our lives.
You
have to make it as convenient as possible.
It really does,
get things
man.
done.
It really is. Yeah. And so I've enjoyed the hell out of that. That we didn't have any practices.
That's great.
It was basically just like sandlot
show
ball.
Up and go.
Show up and go. We didn't, and so we just show up, and so we're in a championship tomorrow. Yes, Jackson won 12-3 tonight in the rain.
Oh.
So hopefully they're tired tomorrow.
I just rain drained them out.
Oh, hopefully their jerseys are still wet, heavy. Yeah, I'm coming for you, Cardiff Simpson. Coming for the boys.
Yeah.
Now, I know you guys are going hard right now because every time we've been trying to hook up here for this podcast for.
It's been about 3 weeks now. Almost.
Well, it's probably actually been like 2 years.
2 years, honestly. We really hit the ground running those past 2 weeks.
So for the people that don't know, you design our logos.
Yes.
And you did you've done most of our logos.
Pretty much, yeah. Because we started, so you already had the Chubby Guys one made, which looks good. Did you say Tyler did that one?
Tyler did this one, yeah. No, Tyler didn't do this one. Tyler, we sent this to, I don't know, some website company.
Oh, okay.
Remember?
It was probably Fiverr or something like that. Where it's you have a history there, it sounds like.
No, but there is one going to Fiverr.
Yeah.
We have BJ's show. No, it's either BJ's or Rosler's.
Okay.
Unless you want to do it. Unless you want to make that. But we said we either need to send those because we need logos for those. We need a one-liner or something because we have those two new shows. I don't know if you know about those. The Weekly Noob.
Okay.
With Rosler.
Yes, I saw you did. I was actually one of the nights. I could have made and then I saw it made me feel like an ass because I was just like I can't make it because of the choir thing, and then you got them saying I see Reed looks great.
Oh, that was the same night.
That was the same night. I was like, shit. I was just like
he was been at the choir thing
because he was at the choir. But we usually get ice cream and stuff afterwards.
Oh no, we get that. Yeah. So that's the Weekly Noob, which I'm actually super excited about.
Yeah,
because.
So what are they talking about? You said it's like a gamer thing.
Yeah, so the Weekly Noob is Rosler and his son, what's his oldest son's name? Reed. Yep. Is there a Drew? Who's got a Drew?
Not them.
It's Reed.
Reed. Yeah.
Rosler and Reed.
Okay.
That's in.
That's okay.
Roz. Yeah. I've only met the kid
They're
one time.
all Rosses.
Yes. Old Rosler. Rosler 1, Rosler 2.
Rosler 2.
So they are father-son gamers. Okay. We stepped out. I don't know what they do. Okay. However, honestly, me and Gib game the shit out of some stuff.
Oh yeah.
So we Gib and I we go at it hard on Madden.
Oh yeah. See, Liam and Oliver, they usually don't have too much in common, but they started picking up Madden together and started going at each other on that. I said, that's great. Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Playing Madden. Now I haven't played games that much anymore, but I'll play NBA 2K with them.
What'd you grow up with?
Oh, I grew up with like N64 was the big one to come out when I was like late elementary or early middle school. That's what 64? Everybody went. Nintendo 64. So GoldenEye, Mario 64, and all that. But I really grew up with Super Nintendo and Nintendo with Mario, and Battletoads was big. And I liked Battletoads and all those games.
So you were into the Mario and Nintendo stuff.
Nintendo's, but because you got Tecmo Bowl, that was always a good time with Tecmo Bowl and all those games.
So you're talking 97, 98 in those era there. Okay, so I would have been probably, let's see, I would have been 87. About 1985, I was playing Atari.
Yeah.
1985, I was playing Atari. I forget the game. Hangman. I was playing Hangman on Atari. And then Nintendo came out. Mm-hmm. And then whenever Nintendo came out, I started playing, first of all, Duck Hunt.
Oh, Duck Hunt. Yeah.
Okay. Then Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.
Did you ever have the Olympics game that had like the mat and everything? They had an Olympics Nintendo game.
They did. Yeah, I did. Now, I didn't have the mat. You were rich.
No. I didn't have a mat. My cousins had the mat.
Okay. I was going to say, I didn't have a mat.
No, I didn't have the mat. I didn't have the mat. Now, I did have the gun for Duck Hunt.
Oh, I had the gun. I had the gun, yeah. And Mike Tyson's Punch-Out was big.
Yep.
I got into Contra.
I know Contra. Yeah.
Okay.
That was a good one.
Let's see. Man, there was all kind of I feel like Top Gun was a big one. Mm-hmm. Then Sega.
Yes.
Came out, and Sonic the Hedgehog, and then there was a football game, but I feel like Sega was kind of short-lived.
Sega, it went in between a few different things, because you had Sega, but you also had there was a Sega, like one of the first ones that had like a disc. I think one of the first Segas had, not the first Segas,
I had
but
a cartridge.
You had the cartridge one, but then they came out another one that had like a disc. But I remember some Sega games, like, now, ones I really remember were like ones based on movies, but kind of hold on a little bit, like Aladdin and Jurassic Park.
Yes.
They had those on
there.
Yeah.
And then after Sega, I believe is when the Xbox thing came. It was either Xbox or PlayStation.
N64.
See, I skipped those.
Oh, okay.
Because I had the Nintendo.
Okay.
I already had
the N64 and PlayStation come out. There was N64, PlayStation not long after that, and then you start getting into Xbox. And
so, like, the Nintendo kind of seemed to me like it was more like the gamey, like, what do I want to say? Like, I'm saying bubbly, cartoony. But
it was a good time.
Good time where like the PlayStation and the Xbox got serious about the sports, or you were going to murder somebody.
Exactly. Yes. That's what you had. Twisted Metal. Remember that one?
I didn't get into those.
I was about to say. I remember Twisted Metal. You had the cars banging into each other and trying to blow up cars and stuff.
I never got into like the what was
Resident Evil and
what was the one?
Final Fantasy VII.
No,
that was on Nintendo.
What was the one that we're right around it. What was the one that they had, and like you would shoot a guy and take his car, and
Grand Theft Auto,
GTA. Yeah,
all you had to do was shoot a guy and take his car. Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah. I never did get into that. I never did get into Quest games. Did you?
No, I was about to say Grand Theft Auto. I got in. I was finally allowed to get Grand Theft Auto. It was like when it was like Miami. It was 3 or whatever. It was after the first whoever got it, and then like I was in that age range where that really started to get popular with high school and stuff. Because that was PlayStation 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Gibbs got an Xbox. I think it's an Xbox. I'm pretty sure it is. And we play Madden.
Yeah.
That's the only one I play.
Yeah.
But we have a good time, and so he's had it. So whenever we had COVID, I mean, it was on. It was on.
We played a lot of NBA 2K whenever.
Yeah, he's got that. I mean, we don't play that a lot together.
But the Madden, that's right. You got it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Time to take your whooping.
Yeah. And I mean, it's every night. He'll say, "You ready?"
Yeah.
I'll say,
go.
"Yeah." He'll say,
Now, do you guys pick the same teams every single time?
no.
You randomize it?
Yeah, we'll randomize it.
Yeah.
He'll be like, "Oh, I'll whip you tonight with so-and-so."
Yeah.
He's,
Take you on there.
and honestly, like, it's a pretty cool way for these kids to learn about. Now, I don't, like I said, I'm just talking sports.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't play any of the other games.
Right.
But like, he now understands like certain things
How a
about.
game works, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not talking X's and O's. To an extent, I am.
Right.
But he understands downs. He understands, series. He understands the game.
When to punt, why they're punting at certain points.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I would much rather throw him or let him understand that now rather than trying to understand how to work a chin strap and hit and getting
all
three-point
that stuff.
stance and all
Yeah.
that stuff at the same time. So it's like, I got that shit out of the way.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Yeah,
Got it
so,
taken care of.
so I'm excited about Roz and Reed, right?
Yep,
Yeah,
Reed.
Roz and Reed. And so they got this show. So I don't know what their gaming is, but I know that they bond heavily
Over that. Yeah.
because
That's
Roz is ate up with gaming. And I've known this, but I have a feeling he's like borderline crazy. Like,
well, we all know Roz is borderline crazy.
we all know. Yeah. I ripped his ass the other day. I said, I was trying to get him to go biking with me. I said, Ross, I said, I'm going tomorrow to Bailey's. I said, you going? And I just got back a firm no. And I said, Ross, I said, you can't never go if you don't never go.
Okay, yeah. You're gonna stop getting invited.
Yeah. He never did text me back.
Yeah.
Um,
And then what's the other one?
The other one is BJ Wildman. And so BJ has a background. BJ is he's one of like 3 people that I know that is a recovered addict of like 10 years. Okay.
Wow. Yeah.
Legit.
Yeah.
I mean, I would put my name behind him if I didn't think he was a recovered
Right.
addict.
Oh yeah.
So he's a recovered addict and he's doing really well. And he's on top of that, he's a tremendous person.
Awesome.
And
Yeah.
I've known him.
Yeah.
We're kind of like half-assed cousins.
Right.
We're not, but we kind of are.
Yeah.
And so BJ, I really have always just really liked the guy, and he's got this really unique way of talking. So we've kind of brought him in here, and he has a show that's called Music and Drugs, and it's about his recovery through music.
Oh,
and,
that's awesome.
And hopefully,
Right.
we are going to give some guys that are currently addicted
Right.
a chance to tell their story.
That's awesome.
And maybe, like we're kind of hoping with that, that's the one thing nobody's done is listen to a current addict.
Right. Yeah. Try to get them on the right path or anything.
Well, give them
An opportunity.
Yeah. And I don't know anything about this stuff.
No,
I mean, I've done some drugs, but I've never been addict or addicted to any of them.
Right.
But I've lost a lot of good friends
So
to
have I.
this stuff. I'm sure you have too. And what do you think? I mean, you're living in that world. What do you think?
No, it's prevalent, and it's one of those things that I hate tying everything back to COVID and the pandemic, but like, I think that just exacerbated the whole situations we see, with fentanyl in the area and, the different drugs people get on and stuff. But no, same thing. I've lost friends, one of my groomsmen, me and Candace's wedding, it was 2 weeks before we got married. He passed away of an overdose. Chappie, great guy, great friend of mine, and I hated to lose him. And so, we see a lot of it in terms of, especially how we work closely with the courts and stuff, trying to get kids in school. And oftentimes it's not.
Do you
the
see
kid's
hard
fault.
drugs in schools?
No, not too often.
I didn't see hard drugs in schools.
No. I mean, we deal with THC and stuff like that with vapes and stuff like that. And
Good time
we have
drugs.
a few times.
Good time.
But so we deal with that a few times a year, but most of the time, people want to say like, "Oh, it's all over." I mean, it is a problem, and yes, we're dealing with it, but like, it's not like the schools themselves are hubs for those.
So those other ones are more like coping drugs,
Yeah.
And you're dealing with somebody that's trying to numb something, or,
Right.
Or they're trying to. There's a goal that they're trying to hit
Right,
with
yeah.
it, and
Well, it's because they don't have. I was about to say they don't the resources that they have that are available to them to go out there are usually the same people they're running away from. You know,
well, they're easy. They're the easiest thing to get.
That's the easiest thing to get. Yeah, right. Like you got to go into Job and Family Services and fill out paperwork and all that. I mean, those are hurdles people don't think about, you know, for a lot of people. And they say, well, I'm not going in that building. I'm not going there. I can easily, you know, hit this dab or get a hold of this stuff over here, you know, drugs are drugs. And that's what we'll deal with it rather than try to.
I'd rather hit the dab.
Yeah.
I mean,
go into an office. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know, you know what I'm saying.
Oh, no, I mean, yeah.
But they just that's another problem. You know, I mean, they're not paying for the dab,
right?
But they're paying for the fentanyl,
right? Yeah.
You know, to an extent. I mean,
yeah.
And then they wonder why these people are dying. I mean, I lost my locker partner of since 6th grade, man. I mean, this guy was. I mean, he was my go-to. He was my. I mean, we weren't, you know, talking every day, but
right.
I mean, you know, he, like I said, he was my locker partner since 6th grade. Right. I mean, if I had to line up 5, he's in there.
Right. Yeah.
You know, and ever since him, I've just I don't know, and I could go on and on, but you know, so with BJ's show, we're hoping, right. and my buddy wasn't an addict. My buddy was just in the wrong place, wrong time, I think.
Right.
But, or you know, did the wrong thing, wrong time,
yeah.
or whatever, however you want to say it. But
right.
He shouldn't have done it. Right. Yeah. You know, at the end of the day, he knew better. But you know, I'm hoping BJ. Number one, I think this show will be very good, and I think that it will be. You know, I don't want to do anything that's not good.
Right.
Or, you know, or anything that's not great. I mean, not that it has to be great, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, I think.
I mean, it's interesting. It's
interesting.
I think it has been done before, or whatever. Needs talked about, needs addressed, especially in the area we're in and everything.
And like,
I mean, those are two things that people find a lot of pain in and a lot of hope. I mean, they
video games and drugs.
Music and drugs. I was about to say, like, you always go to those things when you're in pain between drugs and music, and so you hopefully choose the music rather than the other thing.
I don't know. Man, I got in a bad funk one time, and you know what I realized?
What?
I was listening to too much George Jones.
Is the George Jones get to you?
It was.
Oh, God.
I had to get off the old country.
Oh, well, hey, there was one time. So between college and getting my first like real teacher job, I was working at Belicios. A lot of great people and stuff there, but I was working late. And it was late a lot just because that's the work.
What they do. Yeah.
That's what you do. And so after weeks and weeks and weeks, I'm doing this. I'm worn out. I'm driving home in our, like, I always mess this up. It was Grand Marquis is what we had. Bought it for like $1,500. It was our one car getting back and forth. I'm driving back into Colton. I got music played, and Roy Orbison comes on.
Oh, yeah, just working band blues stuff.
That's My Job comes on.
Oh, yeah, boy, yeah.
I'm bawling like a baby. Going over the hill in 93. I'm just like, oh, God. And so
you got to watch that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yank it out of you. I was thinking I was fine. I'm like, oh, man, I'm just tired. I need to get on home. And it's just like Roy hits you.
Hey, listen, I'm totally serious. Whenever I, you know, I've said this on the show before. I got in a bad funk here a couple years ago. I mean, I'm out of it. No big deal. But never happened to me before. And one of the things I was doing at that time was I was listening to some really just
the old school stuff.
I was listening between that and like Cody Jenks and they was just always just fixing the world's problems and getting divorced and drinking whiskey. And man, so was I. I mean, it was awful.
You boys got it right.
Yeah. I mean, it was just, man, I thought I got to turn the station. I got to put on some feel good music or something, man. I got to do something. Yeah, so I did. And I mean, it helped.
Oh, it does.
It really did help.
Music really sets the mood for you.
I started playing like 80s jock jams. Like jock jams.
Let's get ready to rumble. Yeah. It's like, yeah.
What is love? I mean, but you know that dark music will get you. Don't listen to Roy Orbison.
If you're down bad, don't listen to Roy Orbison or Tom Waits. Don't hit Tom Waits.
No, no George Jones.
No George Jones.
No Cody Jenks.
No,
none of him. There's Jamie Johnson's another one. He's tough to listen to. You can go on. Yeah. Man, who'd I get into? John Conley. Oh God, my Lord, Jesus, that man he just have you singing.
Yeah,
I mean, it just have you drunk singing. Jesus. And at the time, I had like this old 91 Ford that I loved, 5-speed, 4-wheel drive. You know, I mean, just
tearing it,
just old school Ridge Runner truck, and just had a sweet old sound system in it, CD player, and I just put them in. I'd crank it.
Flying by with the music player. Someone sitting on their porch like, who is that? It's like, that's Pudge going through something.
It had the cigarette window, the flip windows on the side, and the buckle up window right here, you know. And I mean, I had the gun rack in it, man. I live in it.
Right.
I was a country songer for a minute.
Oh, yeah. Everybody goes through it. It's like there was an episode of that 70s show. He's sitting in the car, like Jackie Burke, I think it was Hyde. He's sitting there in country music on, he's like, I finally understand country music now. It's like, yeah. It's always there for you, but it's going to keep pulling you in that same direction.
It's going to keep pulling.
Yeah.
So go make some logos for
I got some.
show.
Okay, I'll get some logos for it. Yeah, but no, doing the other stuff was fun, you know. That stuff out. The Chubby Chaser shirt was fun. You had doing that, and then doing the one for the Apple Festival. That was a good time drawing that one up for you guys. And stuff, so.
I figured the Chubby Chaser shirt would go crazy.
Yeah,
and we haven't sold a thing of them.
Well, here, go buy them.
Yeah, go buy the Chubby Chaser. Go to Chubby Guys Podcast website.
It's got the nice old school, like the old rec baseball.
I figured that would just go gangbusters.
Now, maybe that's what you need to get it on, like a softer shirt with, like, remember the velvet stick-on vinyl or whatever that was like on those old shirts? You know what I'm talking about? Where it's like a softer vinyl.
That's what I'm talking about. If you're listening, we need somebody to design our clothes.
Yeah. And put all that stuff on it.
Yeah, JJ will do the logos.
I'll draw it up.
We need just somebody to put it on the clothes.
Yep.
Not iron it on the clothes.
No. Proper.
Just pick the clothes.
Yeah.
And we have the site
to put it on there.
To have the and you can just go through and click which clothes it goes on.
Yeah.
It's easy.
Be clothes, anything else. A mug.
If you are interested in joining Team Chubby,
Sounds like you can get it going.
Yeah, if you want to be the Chubby merch person, you know.
Now I got the Chub Tough one drawn up, and so that could be the tester. So if anybody wants to try to put that on something,
Now Holly, Husky Holly, she's going to take care of the site stuff. I think.
Okay.
But she
you just need somebody to put it on something.
We need somebody to pick the merch stuff.
Okay.
She'll take care of like the business side of it.
Yep.
You'll take care of the logo side of it. I'll take care of the media side of it. And see, it's all.
We just need a merch person.
We need a merch person.
There you go.
We've needed this.
Yeah.
Tyler will take care of the other stuff. Mm-hmm. Taliban Tyler. That's what we're going to start calling him. That's how I introduced him to the Jackson County Economic Development the other day. Probably wasn't good.
Everybody takes a look at it.
I was like,
doesn't seem right.
We got anything else we need to talk about? It's 9:30. I'm going to go home.
Oh, no. I'm good if you're good.
I'm good. Hey, look us up. Chubby Guys Podcast. Oh, there it is right there. I'm used to looking here.
Looking over here. It's over there.
We don't have Chad.
No. Don't have Chad. Don't have Tyler.
Just us.
It's just us.
So
Chad, I kept your seat warm for you.
He did. Farted on it.
Yep. Nice and warm.
My
butt imprints.
Chad will be here. We got Taylor Stepp coming in Sunday.
Oh, good guy. Good guy.
He's not bad.
Yeah.
We'll be
right.
Yeah, he's not bad. Yeah. No, he's going to give all kinds of stats on Ohio.
All right.
He's going to talk about some stuff.
You can talk about all kinds of.
Taylor loves to talk.
And about Ohio.
So, Taylor's my cousin, so I love to bust on Taylor. It's great.
Good family there.
Yes, he is. Great family. So, look us up, ChubbyGuysPodcast.com. See ya.